Just like the films Cry Freedom and A World Apart, this is a story about the anguish and upheaval of Black South Africa.
I can remember it as if it happened yesterday. The day they bulldozed down my maidservant's shack, destroyed all of her property, and separated her from her children. And all of this on a night that I had planned a formal dinner for 30. Oh, how I cried. How many girls would I have to interview before I'd find another Jacinta? And as they took Jacinta away, kicking and struggling, I felt as if the police were pulling me away, kicking and struggling. I had to do something. So I cried, and I took a picture from my little scrapbook of anguish. After the police had gone, I noticed that they had trampled over a bed of geraniums that I had been pruning since I was a child. I looked down at those flowers, and I saw the pain of Black South Africa in all of those broken stems and wounded petals. I wept, until I realized they were perennials and would be back again next summer. Yes, with Jacinta gone, life just wasn't the same in Johannesburg. Oh, did I mention that I wept? And as the condition of my household deteriorated without Jacinta, I began to understand what it must be like to live in a Black South African relocation camp. Next, as I attempted to polish my own silver, my arms began to ache, and I could feel what it must be like to toil long, arduous hours in the white South African diamond mines. It was at this point that I decided that Jacinta simply had to be liberated, before my entire household rotted from within, the same way minority rule was rotting my continent. No one could stop me now. I would write a letter to President de Klerk. So I wrote, and I cried, and I cried, and I wrote, and I wrote, and I cried. Who knows? One day, I may even mail it.
My Dark Conscience. A true story about the pain of watching somebody else suffer and wanting to do something about it, but not really wanting to get involved, and then feeling or looking guilty about it. Sort of. My Dark Conscience. A film that could well be coming to a theater near you.